When 2nd century Emperor Hadrian arranged for hermits to live in and tend to his garden. A trend that would re-emerge in England in the 1700s, when homeowners would require their hermits to keep themselves unkempt and grow their beards long. And it's that standard that eventually led to what we know as garden gnomes today. Mythical, diminutive, bearded creatures.
Creepy.
Said to have magic powers and bring fortune and prosperity to any landscape, which is why they are so popular as decorative statues. But, according to one man in Phoenix, the gnome in his garden is no decorative statue. It's the real thing. Go see what it is.
Oh shit. No Malone?
2017, in Phoenix, Arizona. After noticing items missing from his porch, Joshua Taylor is having his friend Alex install a security camera that will monitor the area.
Pretty much.
And right after turning on the camera for the very first time, they see this. Watch closely. As what appears
There's gonna be a lot of
a
beeping.
small humanoid figure moves around in Joshua's garden. Go see what it is. And it gets even weirder. Look, that's his face. Watch again, as the figure seems to have some kind of glow emanating from where its eyes would be. Joshua and Alex are totally freaked out.
You know, Alex didn't even want to go outside.
Somehow, Joshua manages to convince Alex to go outside. As Joshua stays inside and films the monitor. Moments later, Alex appears outside, just a few feet from where the bizarre figure is. And incredibly, he seems to see nothing. Then, somehow, the figure vanishes right in front of him. After checking out the area, Alex returns to the house, dumbfounded. Dude.
They edited it because I was like, dude, what the fuck?
I was like, what the is that? How can it just like straight up disappear like that? I was in shock because I couldn't believe it, because that's nothing like that has ever happened to me before, ever.
Oh, they must have edited her out
When
then.
you see this porch cam footage, and you think, well, that's just a little person, or perhaps a child. But you can tell by the voices of the two men watching this that that's no ordinary child or small person out there.
It doesn't look traditionally human to me. The fact that we see what looks like glowing eyes looking back at the camera.
This doesn't look like two normal eyes. I mean, it almost looks like maybe some kind of device or mask, or maybe even eyes configured in a way we're not totally familiar with. And then as the figure turns away, it disappears.
Diminutive, glowing eyes, standing in a garden, and able to apparently disappear.
Yes,
For
dude, but-
Joshua, one creature comes to mind.
I believe it was a garden gnome hardcore
They didn't get the whole thing?
because of how many plants I had in the yard. I had sunflowers planted all the way around my yard, and just the way that was just standing by my sunflowers, that's what made me think of a garden gnome.
Believe it or not, this garden gnome theory might not be as out there as you think.
traditional folklore paints gnomes both as sort of helpful nature spirits and also as tricksters that like to sort of mess with human beings when they can. So the fact that there's some indicator of mischief that led to the acquisition of a security camera in the first place actually seems to tie in pretty well with the traditional understanding of a garden gnome.
Traditionally, gnomes and fairies are attracted to healthy, vibrant gardens. So the more greenery you have in your home, the more you invite these protective, elemental, sprite-like, gnome-like energies to a home.
But if that's the case, then why don't we see them more often? Joshua has a theory about that.
Oh shit, here we go.
I think there's more of them out there. We just can't see them. Like, the way I think now is like what we're told as kids, it closes our minds off to being able to see them. I believe there's stuff around us that every day that we can't see. And it's just because the society has conditioned us to not believe it anymore.
Pretty
There's
much.
a common perception cross-culturally that children are actually more receptive to the supernatural, to the paranormal than adults, and whether or not that's a quality that people would retain if it weren't taught out of them is an interesting question.
Joshua lived in the house another full year after the sighting and never saw the figure again.
Nope.
But he's still grateful for the one night that he did.
That was the only time we ever caught it on camera. And I made sure, like, every night, like, I was looking at the camera screen, like, but I never caught anything else. So it was maybe just pure luck.
Coming up.